If you're a curious couch potato and crave classic TV, it's coming up next on E! Each year, a parade of television programs passes through our living rooms. Some are only around for a fleeting moment. Others stay long enough to impact us for generations. Hi, I'm Mackenzie Phillips, and welcome to Classic TV on E! For the next hour, we'll take a retrospective look at 4 TV shows that dominated the airwaves during the 70s and 80s and can now be enjoyed on E! So join us as the stars from Alice, WKRP in Cincinnati, The Love Boat, and, of course, my favorite, One Day at a Time, gather to look back on old times and update us on what they're doing today. So hands off the remote as we tune into the world of classic TV.
Early to rise. I'm at WKRP. This is it, this is it.
We hear the theme songs and instantly sing along.
Soon we'll be making them on the run.
We see their familiar faces and join them for a trip down memory lane.
Kiss my grit.
We know them by name: Venus, the Captain, Schneider, and Flo. They're family favorites, dependable TV characters you can always count on for a good laugh. For channel surfers riding the constantly changing waves of programming, not every TV show carries the distinction of being a classic. How one does become a classic is a matter of opinion.
A show can be a classic because it's really good. A show can be a classic because it's really bad. Mostly to make a classic show, though, it has to be really popular.
Sometimes writing makes it a classic. Sometimes the star makes it a classic. In the case of WKRP, I mean, it's Lonnie Anderson, Lonnie Anderson, Lonnie Anderson.
I, too, have, I guess what you might call my own private romantic fantasies.
People love WKRP. I see kids like that weren't born when we went off the air, and they rush up and say, Jennifer, and of course I say, oh, thank goodness they can recognize me.
It seems to me that most great television shows aren't so revolutionary. They're just really well done. The characters are embraceable. You want to be with them week after week after week. They wear well.
Like an old favorite sweater, viewers found comfort in the cast of WKRP in Cincinnati, which coincidentally resembled another TV classic, both of which were produced by the same production company, MTM.
WKRP in Cincinnati isn't so far removed from the Mary Tyler Moore Show as a format. It's a workplace and a broadcast outlet. It's a bunch of people with, different character types, an inept newsman. But it's the way that story is told, it's the way that those characters develop that makes a show stand out on its own or ultimately fail.
A show that did stand out on its own with tremendous success came out of the Aaron Spelling Factory. Each week, viewers escaped to exotic locations on the Love Boat.
People got a chance to travel all over the world with that show, who would never travel again. And happy endings. We always wanted to have happy endings. We didn't care how cotton candy it was.
As sweet as it was, audiences continued to take weekly cruises from their sofas for 10 years. Along with the Love Boat, the series Alice also prospered during the 70s and 80s. Critics slammed it, audiences loved it.
Millions of people, mostly women in this country, found Alice to be their role model. She was the person who showed them that if she could do it, they could do it.
Look, there were funnier shows than Alice. There were better written shows than Alice. There were better acted shows than Alice. But Alice was likable. And in television, likable is enough to survive for 9 years and is not something to be sneezed at.
Like Alice, women on television were getting noticed during the 70s. There was Maude, Edith Bunker, and Mary Richards. And alongside these leading ladies, there was Anne Romano, who also had a great impact on viewers.
One Day at a Time was the beginning of the breakthrough. It was the beginning of seeing a single woman on television. It was happening in the country, but it wasn't happening on television.
She was not only single, but a divorced mother raising 2 daughters. And all this came to us courtesy of Norman Lear, The genius behind such social comedies as All in the Family, Maude, The Jeffersons, Good Times, and Sanford and Son.
The appeal of One Day at a Time was, I'm sure, that it was reflective of what was happening in society. It was funny, which was Norman Lear's bottom line. You're going to be entertaining, you better be funny.
Never short on laughs, the series revolved around the antics of Anne Romano and her two daughters, Julie and Barbara Cooper, played by myself, Mackenzie Phillips, and Valerie Bertinelli.
The relationship was, in a lot of ways, with the older character, with the Julie character, with Mackenzie Phillips. A lot of the time it was adversarial. She was always fighting. She was very confrontational.
Mom, I'm my own person. Let me lead my own life.
There was a much softer, easier relationship with the younger one, with Valerie Bertinelli.
I think people just liked watching two sisters fight and liked the idea of the mother having to learn how to grow up along with her children.
It was a real sleeper show. So I have no idea what the appeal was. I mean, but people still believe that I'm Barbara Cooper. And I know they were very offended when I married a rock and roller.
There was a tremendous force of love in that show, and I think that the audience knew that.
Another tremendous force behind the show was Pat Harrington, Jr. As Dwayne Schneider, the superintendent, he wore his macho status like a badge of honor.
Hey, hi there, Bob.
He became very much a member of that family. I don't think there's any question about it. I think at first it was really, you know, somebody, you know, why does he have the key to the apartment, and he keeps coming in, and he, you know, he's there for comics.
Go for it!
For Bonnie, some comical moments occurred because of her character's two left feet.
Once every 2 years, we did like an entertainment show, and I would sing and dance quite badly because I never thought that that Anne Romano would be able to do that. So it was very brave.
Unlike Anne Romano, Bonnie is an accomplished dancer and singer who found earlier success on Broadway and can often be found performing in New York nightclubs.
I'm in love again, all over again with you.
Well, it's something that I've done throughout the years. I did it while I was still doing One Day at a Time. It just changes all the time, and I continue to do it and do it in different venues. That's how I started. It's where I'm most at home. That's what's natural to me.
When our look at classic TV on E continues, we'll share more memorable moments from One Day at a Time with Valerie Bertinelli, Pat Harrington, and myself. And later, the Love Boat crew sets sail down memory lane, and the cast of Alice serves up its recipe for good television. Welcome back to Classic TV on E, a 60-minute salute to the shows and the stars we love to watch week after week. Hi, I'm Mackenzie Phillips. You know, when a show is on the air as long as One Day at a Time, you eventually become a family off-screen as well as on. And after 9 years, when the show came to a close, we all walked away with some wonderful memories. Come on, Mom. Let me try. I mean, if I'm going to make a mistake, why don't you let me learn by myself? As Julie Cooper, I was your typical teenager, a little sassy, headstrong, and rebellious. Needless to say, I fit the part perfectly. I think a lot of people identified with Julie, the character, but Julie was so much like me that the two sort of melded.
Ma, you said I could get a car if I earned the money.
Not that wreck with the missing door.
Not missing. It's in the trunk.
A lot of times, my character would be trying to egg Barbara on and trying to get into a fight. Julie was jealous of Barbara, and Barbara was jealous of Julie, and neither one knew the other one was jealous. Jealousy never played a part for the two of us off the set. Valerie and I had great times in the schoolroom, and, you know, I mean, we had our run of a lot, and we dated the boys, the producer's sons, and, you know, it was just great. It was really fun. But the fun didn't last. I found I had a serious drug problem, which ultimately forced me to leave the show. And, you know, I was suspended a couple times and brought back, and I was actually fired, and then brought back, and then fired again, which was really tough. The tough times didn't end there. I struggled with addictions for many years, but I was able to conquer my demons through rehabilitation and the support of friends and family. including my father, John Phillips of the group The Mamas and the Papas, and my sister China. But I got a lot of inspiration from another source. I have an 8-year-old son named Shane, who is beautiful and wonderful and the most special kid in the world to me. Like I said, my life has changed a lot. Clean and sober almost 4 years, which makes a big difference in everything that I do. An enormous difference. I've been able to concentrate on my career. I've made appearances on Melrose Place and Beverly Hills 90210, and I've also done some work on the stage as well. Trying to make your life the very best when you're chasing after your dreams.
I have a great deal of respect for Mackenzie. She's fabricated a second chance for herself, and she is doing wonderful.
I'm just so happy to be a part of the world, you know. It's a big thing for me, really big thing for me, so I just want more of what I've got now because it's really good.
I know. Barbara, go to your room. How come you're the only one that gets to be obnoxious?
At the age of 15, with only a few commercials under her belt, Valerie Bertinelli landed the role of Barbara Cooper, the well-adjusted kid sister.
Valerie just soaked it all up, you know, ran it through her apparatus and made it her own, and is today, I think, really a fine, fine young actress.
During the 9 years the show aired in primetime, audiences witnessed the transformation of Valerie from a typical teenager to a sex symbol.
Valerie became extraordinarily popular. I mean, America, young America males fell in love with Valerie.
One of those American males was rocker Eddie Van Halen. The two married in 1981 and have a son named Wolfgang. Since the show, Valerie's gone on to star in several sitcoms and dozens of made-for-TV movies. But the role she takes most seriously is that of mom.
I don't work a lot because I don't like to be away from Wolfie a lot. Everything's really based on my family. They come first. I've made a nice little niche for myself, and I'm happy with it. And as long as I don't have to kiss butt too much, I'll be happy.
Making people happy is what Pat Harrington loves to do. He delighted audiences as the Emmy Award-winning Dwayne Schneider, the building superintendent who wore his tool belt like a gunslinger and was famous for firing out witty words of wisdom.
And don't ever forget, please always remember, you can't win them all. But remember this, they also stand who only serve and wait.
He wasn't a womanizer, he was a romanticizer. And he glommed onto this, you know, this family like a magnet to iron filings.
Before Schneider, Harrington got laughs on a variety of TV shows from F Troop to The Danny Thomas Show. These days, Harrington has traded in his tool belt for high-tech hardware.
I've become computer literate. I do my whole life off the computer. I invest off the computer. This is another one of the things I've been doing since the show went down. I've been having grandkids. This is my granddaughter. This is Kelly Harrington. This is the belt, right there. The Smithsonian wants it. I said no. No chance.
Fans don't need to go to a museum to remember one day at a time. They can sit and watch the shows right here on E! But it's not just the fans who'll be tuning in for their favorite episodes. Well, Valerie and I did Elton John and Kiki D. Don't go breaking my heart. And Valerie got to do Elton. She had on the huge rhinestone platform boots and this beautiful pink chiffon dress with the Kiki D wig. We had great time doing the musical shows.
Don't go breaking my heart. You take the weight off of me. Oh, honey, when you knock at my door, ooh, I give you my key.
The last episode of the show, when we all say goodbye, it's all very true, the saying goodbye. And it was very touching to me because it was saying goodbye to this family that we had spent a lot of time together and gone through a lot of stuff over 9 years. So that's a very touching episode as well.
You know, sometimes people still stop me on the street and ask me to do the Julie dance that I did in the show's opening credits. Okay, never mind. When Classic TV on E! continues, join us as Lonnie Anderson and Tim Reed pay tribute to WKRP in Cincinnati. But first, Alice, Flo, and Vera. For nearly a decade, they waited on TV viewers. Meet the ladies behind the pink aprons when we come back. Hi, I'm Mackenzie Phillips, and welcome back to our tribute. 4 TV classics that can now be found every day on E! With Mel's Diner as its backdrop, the cast of Alice cooked up some great comedy. And of course, with the winning ingredients of Linda Lavin, Polly Holliday, Beth Howland, and Vic Tayback, you had the makings of a long-running hit series.
All right, let her rip. 22 burgers, 11 rare, 6 with pickle, 3 with cheese, 2 with pickle and cheese, 4 medium with onion, 6 well, 1 with mustard and cheese, 1 with lettuce, 2 with pickle and mustard, 1 with pickle and cheese, 1 no bunch. Of Hinckley's on a diet.
I can't go into a diner, even now, 20 years later, almost, without people saying to me, you want to come back here and work? And I say, no, I was never good at it. I was never a good waitress.
Audiences would disagree. As Alice, Linda Lavin became one of TV's most famous waitresses. She was so good at it that she and her cast of outrageous characters dished out a weekly serving of sight gags and silly jokes that kept the show going for 9 years.
This was a woman who was headed for Hollywood. She didn't know her car was going to break down in Phoenix. She needed to work. She had a kid, and she needed to work in whatever she could get.
Based on the Martin Scorsese film Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, the TV series only slightly resembled the movie. Still, the premise was the same. Alice Hyatt, a single mother with dreams of becoming a singer, ends up waiting tables at Mel's Diner.
There was a scene that comes to mind now where he was working with a cleaver. It was one of those Lucille Ball moments.
Mel, I'd like to talk to you about something important. Maybe some other time.
I love moments like that.
Since hanging up her apron, Linda has certainly prospered in her working life. When not producing and directing her own films, she performs on the stage and in TV movies.
So everything that I wanted to do has come true because of the success of Alice.
A major component of Alice's success was the wisecracking, man-chasing, loudmouth Flo, played by Polly Holliday.
When donkeys fly!
I think it was the thing that I will be remembered for, and I think it was my best work.
Full of brass and sass, Flo spouted out some of television's most colorful comedy, including these 3 words that became a national catchphrase.
Kiss my grits!
I didn't really want to say it that much, but if we didn't have it on the show, we worked in front of a live audience, and if it didn't appear in the script of the show, the audience wouldn't leave until I came out and said it.
Polly, who honed her acting craft on the Broadway stage before joining Alice, departed the series for a spin-off, appropriately titled Flo. Since then, she's appeared in several TV movies, as well as a recent role opposite Jo Beth Williams in the drama series The Client.
I never heard of such bad manners in my life.
Of the 3 waitresses that toiled in Mel's Diner, it was the dim-witted and often clumsy Vera, played by Beth Howland, who was perhaps most endearing.
She was just out of step with everyone, that she tried so hard that she never got to accomplish things that if she just relaxed, she could have just breezed through everything. But she was so scared of being wrong that, you know, it's like walking on eggs all the time.
These days, Beth takes her walks with her sweetheart, as she calls him, actor Charles Kimbrough, who plays Jim Dial on Murphy Brown. For Beth, life couldn't be better. She occasionally works in the theater and donates time to her favorite charity, AIDS Project Los Angeles.
I'm having my best time. I have a sweetheart, I have a wonderful daughter, and I have 2 dogs and a cat. And we've been going back and forth to New York a lot, which is my first favorite place.
A definite Alice favorite was the tough but lovable Mel, played by the late Vic Tayback.
Stow it. All of you can stow it. Everybody here, stow it.
He was bigger than life. He loved being recognized. I mean, he just loved life. He had the best time.
We had a big teddy bear in Vic Tayback, God rest his soul.
Philip McKeon, who played Tommy Hyatt, grew up on the set of Alice.
I've said this many times, but I had 3 other moms and a dad, another dad. They always took care of me and were always looking out for me, and you know, would come by my dressing room and see how I was doing in school.
Philip's on-set education paid off. Shortly after the series ended, he moved from the camera's spotlight to the producer's chair, putting together such films like Where the Day Takes You and Murder in the First, starring Christian Slater and Kevin Bacon. Success didn't come easy, though. This one-time child star had to work his way up from the bottom.
From being a star, as it were, to, you know, hauling coffee for people and, you know, Phil, go clean that, go sweep that up, or whatever. And that was hard for a little while, but there was a means to an end. I knew what I wanted to do, and that's how I had to start.
During Alice's long run, the show evolved and new faces emerged. Among them was Diane Ladd, who played Belle. She replaced Flo, the character Diane created in the film.
One of the first shows Linda directed, she was very talented and very good. But it's like I stepped into energy that was already established.
For Diane, who continues to act in feature films and now produces and directs her own movies, the working experience on Alice was not a positive one.
Let me put it this way. When Polly left the show that day and I said, "Goodbye, Polly," and she came and got me home, she said, "Good luck." And I thought, oh, my God, what now?
Diane quit her waitress gig after one season, and then Celia Weston stepped in as Jolene. Business at Mel's Diner carried on as usual, and Alice continued to be a family favorite.
I believe that there's nothing dated about the show. It's about working people. It's about men and women. It's about mothers and children. It's about friends. It's about dreams unfulfilled. And those are things that are timeless.
That's all, folks.
Fans can expect a hearty heaping of Alice, along with plenty of Mel's chili, each afternoon right here on E, when our tribute to classic TV continues. Come aboard as we set sail with the Love Boat's most frequent passenger. Can you guess who it is? But first, Lonnie Anderson reflects on the role that made her such a... It's a couch potato's dream. 4 family favorites from the 70s and 80s, and they're on E every afternoon. Hi, I'm Mackenzie Phillips, and welcome to our 60-minute look at classic TV. A show certainly deserving of that distinction is WKRP. You've got to remember Johnny Fever, Les Nessman, and Venus Flytrap. They were not only living on the air in Cincinnati, but in every home in America.
It was such a feeling of camaraderie and sharing, and we knew we were in something good. You know, we just knew from the pilot that it was special, and that makes you very close.
The camaraderie shared by 8 unique actors is the heart of WKRP in Cincinnati, a curious blend of off-ball characters at an off-ball radio station that became one of the biggest sitcom hits of the 70s.
That's great. I'm at WKRP in Cincinnati.
I don't know what makes a classic, but I do know that when people that I meet that on a golf course or in a grocery store or something, they know what I've done.
What in the hell is going on? Hello?
What Hugh Wilson did was create a television show that somehow combined cornpone with compelling drama that rocked America for 4.5 years.
You are not supposed to move an injured person.
Son of a gun, she's right. Getting back.
WKRP combined the sublime, or should I say the serious, with the ridiculous.
Yours truly, your own Farm Reports director, Les Nessman, has been named the winner of the coveted Silver Sow Award.
Where most sitcoms showcase 1 or 2 heavy hitters and a host of hangers-on, WKRP's ensemble troupe was 8 deep, truly an all-star lineup. There was smooth, stalwart Gary Sandy.
Gary was like the glue of the show. He was the most normal person at the station.
While the least normal, of course, was Johnny Fever, a tie-dyed relic played by Howard Heston.
Lie to me. The truth couldn't help me now.
Johnny Fever was someone we can all relate to. I mean, he was a deadhead. I mean, he was the kind of guy who, in the 70s and early 80s, was still hungover from the 60s and still having flashbacks.
At the other end of the spectrum was the lascivious, tasteless, and long-suffering Herb Tarlick.
You only go around once in life, so why not grab a little gusto?
I don't like little gustos, Herb.
You want gusto? Well, Les Nessman was your man. WKRP also employed the naive but resourceful Bailey Quarters and the big guy, bumbling station manager Arthur Carlson, played by Gordon Jump.
I'm sorry, but Arthur Carlson's not in. No, he's in Washington lunching with the head of the FCC. Sure, it's silly, but that's where he is.
But by far and away, the most popular star of the show was Lonnie Anderson, whose full figure and flat-out talent made her an overnight star.
It was overwhelming to me because I had gone from somebody pretty unrecognizable, making a pretty good living as an actress, but certainly not a celebrity, to not being able to go to the supermarket or walk down the street.
Never in my life has someone broken a date with me.
I heard that. When I talked to Lonnie when I was casting the show, she came in and said, I really don't want to play, you know, dumb blonde. I think she'd been up for a couple of those parts. And I said, well, I can understand that. And to me, I think it'd be fun if the dumb blonde was really a smart blonde.
You know mouth to mouth?
I know all sorts of things.
A dumb blonde? Anderson is still acting and authored a book. And speaking of smashed stereotypes, check out Venus Flytrap.
Who you calling boy, boy? No, I can handle it. I'll handle it. No, I'll handle it. Let me handle it. No, I'm the boy here. I'll handle it.
I stand tall when someone says, hey, Venus. I mean, it's something that brought me not only a certain amount of security in terms of being able to survive in a town a little longer, but it brought a lot of visibility that I appreciate.
Reed got plenty of visibility. He co-starred on Sister, Sister, produced and directed several motion pictures, and fronts a crime prevention show.
I'm Tim Reed, and welcome to Save Our Streets.
As for WKRP, well, it too is still appreciated, for it was and still is a classic.
It was a wonderful cast to be a part of, and it's a part of my life and history that will never be repeated, and we all know that. We all knew that after the first season, that this was something very special.
Is that Warren Beatty or Herb Tarlick I see there, huh?
It's a suit, right?
Somewhere there's a Volkswagen without seat covers.
When our salute to classic TV continues, Richard Sanders, Gordon Jump, and the rest of the cast of WKRP in Cincinnati answer the question, can turkeys really fly? Hi, I'm Mackenzie Phillips, and welcome back to our 60-minute look at classic TV on E! It's been said, once you leave, you can never go back home again. But still, it's fun to reminisce, as Richard Sanders, who played Les Nessman, discovered. He takes us back to the studio where the fictional radio station first came to life.
I'm at WKRP in Cincinnati.
This is it. This is Stage 2, CBS Radford, Studio City, California, where I spent, 3 years of my life. It's now occupied by Roseanne, another very famous show. You might have seen it. Before that, before we came over here, on this stage, a company of loving and talented friends produced the television classic, The Mary Tyler Moore Show.
While reminiscing, Richard revealed the story behind Les Nessman's coveted news award.
I was very proud of the Silver Sow Award because it appeared, the first time it appeared was in a script, the first script I wrote for WKRP. It was a show called Date with Jennifer, Les's Date with Jennifer. We needed a reason for Les to go out with Jennifer, and the reason he went out with her was because he won the Silver Sow Award.
Before we go, I was wondering if you could, slip into a little bow tie for me?
Oh, yes, of course, Jennifer. I'll be right back.
But Les wasn't the only character with eyes for Jennifer Marlowe.
Well, I got news for the little blonde lady up front. HT is in for the duration.
Frank and I had that relationship. He was always after me. But because he was always after me, some of the most poignant stories in that 4-year period came out of scenes that Frank and I would do alone, where it would get real and be very touching and poignant, and then we'd go back to the nonsense again.
Inside Pinot Hollywood restaurant, longtime friends Frank Bonner and Gordon Jump met for lunch and outlined the show's rocky rise to fame.
5 shows we were in the dumper. The network took us off. It happened to be just before an affiliates convention. And when they got to the convention, the network people heard, what have you taken WKRP off the air for? It's because it's not pulling ratings. Best show you've given us in 6 years. Find a place for it. And they did. They came back and put us behind MASH. In 5 weeks, we became the #1 show.
6 convenient locations, plus good rates and free parking. It's all yours at Merriment Funeral.
Although most episodes are filled with silly slapstick comedy, WKRP is also remembered for tackling serious social issues.
We did a show on alcoholism. That was what was nice. About every third or fourth show, we did something that was, prevalent in, what was going on. Tell you what, big guy,
You don't want to drink that stuff. That'll kill you.
That's my thinking exactly.
Not that I'm lecturing.
Unlike other television shows that have skyrocketed to the top, backstage bickering and inflated egos were not an issue for the family at WKRP.
That's the charm of the show. We didn't have, like what you hear about in studio fighting. We didn't ever have that. We all loved what we were doing, and we were charmed by the fact that we were all good friends.
Morning, guys.
Morning, Bailey.
Herb, it can't end like this. Look, Les, it's over, so you might as well get used to it.
In addition to being a full-time mom, Jan Smithers is now an artist with her own line of jewelry. As for the other cast members, they've all remained in the world of showbiz. Richard Sanders, who lives with his family in Seattle, continues to act and write scripts. Gary Sandy is active in the theater. Howard Hessman, who also starred in Head of the Class, can be seen in numerous film and theater productions. He's also occupied the director's chair. As for Frank Bonner, well, Gordon Jump has the last word on that.
He's done the same thing after the show because he's a marvelous director now.
Yes,
See how I slipped that in?
You did.
Of course, the big guy is now the lonely Maytag man, as well as a successful character actor. But for fans of WKRP, Gordon Jump will always be station manager Arthur Carlson, the man who was responsible for organizing the infamous turkey drop.
All it's going to take is your complete cooperation, absolute secrecy, and 20 live turkeys.
The turkey show with the turkey bombing the mall with live turkeys, and Richard Sanders is Les doing the Hindenburg coverage. I mean, it was wonderful.
The turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement.
This was a real-life story that happened. Somebody threw turkeys out of a helicopter.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
The turkey show.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Yeah.
WKRP in Cincinnati. Classic television with a classic theme song that will live in the hearts of audiences for a long time to come.
Baby, if you've ever wondered whatever became of me, I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP. I'm at WKRP in Cincinnati.
It's amazing how a TV show's theme song can take you back. Okay, next. Since their days at sea, the Love Boat crew have all charted different courses. When our look at classic TV returns, we'll show you where their travels have taken them.
It's laughs you're thirsting for, you betcha. Tune in this weekend and you'll be treated to the vocal stylings of Dead Little Joey and the rantings of a hairy chap nicknamed Wolfie.
I believe I know this Wolfie.
That's the Halloween weekend edition of Talk Soup right here on E!
I'm going up.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Phillips, and welcome back to Classic TV on E! No longer in dry dock, the Love Boat sets sail once again, but this time every afternoon on E! The Love Boat had it all. Romance, fantasy, and heart. It sailed into our lives for nearly a decade, cruising each week to exotic locations from Acapulco to the Orient, with feel-good stories for all ages, lots of laughs, and a legendary list of guest stars. But it was the fine ensemble cast who really kept things shipshape. They welcomed the passengers aboard, and in 60 short minutes, brightened up their lives. Captain Merrill Stubing, played by veteran comedic actor Gavin MacLeod, has become one of the most enduring father figures in television. He managed to command the ship with authority, be a friend to the crew, and still have time for the ladies.
The captain had some wonderful romances. It was like being in actor's heaven.
Since Love Boat went off the air, MacLeod has rekindled his passion for the stage, including summer stock performances in Algonquin, Maine, an historic seaside resort on the edge of the Atlantic. Not a bad place to drop anchor.
This is one of the oldest playhouses in the country. If you knew the people that worked here as the Cape, Betty Davis used to be an usher in the Cape. Betty Davis played here. We're doing Neil Simon's Last of the Red Hot Lovers. It's very, very demanding. The guy never leaves the stage.
MacLeod is well-versed in demanding roles. Several seasons into the Love Boat, without any warning, his character discovered he was a dad.
I'm not that young. I take my ginger ale straight up.
I like a woman who lives in the fast lane.
Jill Whelan played Vicky, Captain Stubing's young daughter, and America watched her grow up on TV.
It was my teenage years. I had to do my awkward years in front of everybody, which was kind of awkward. But it was what it was, and I had a great time. I had a great time doing it. I think the scenes that I did with Gavin were always my favorites.
Love comes with time.
These days, Jill is busy launching a singing career and doing a bit of parenting of her own.
So this is my husband, Brad.
Hello?
This is Harrison. St. John. This is everybody, Harrison.
Although Jill is consumed with her new family, her Love Boat friends are still very special.
This is me and Aaron Spelling. He's responsible for my start in the biz. This is Ted Lange, with that very nice 70s mustache and hair.
Some might say that it was because of the chemistry of all of us together, working together. But we did have a lot of fun. We liked each other.
Ted Lange played the ship's lovable bartender, Isaac Washington.
This guy was very personable, very charming, and fun to be around, and plus he got you drunk. I'm really glad you're sailing with him.
Lange not only played the immensely likable Isaac, he directed and wrote many episodes, often in collaboration with co-star Fred Grandy.
We've been in jail, thanks to Isaac.
Jail?
Since the conclusion of Love Boat, Lange has continued to write and perform in theaters throughout the U.S. Soul Survivor, his current creation, is on the 96th Olympic program.
The idea for Soul Survivor is part of my experience of being on Love Boat, because you get inundated with everything. Fame, fortune, beautiful women, and all of that.
Isaac's best buddy on screen was Gopher, the ship's purser, played by Fred Grandy. Since his cruising days, Grandy has really charted a different course for himself. After serving 8 years as a congressman from Iowa, he's now president and CEO of Goodwill Industries.
When I first ran for Congress, and one of the women came up to me and she said, "Oh, Gopher, why do you want to do this? When you're on television, everybody loved you. If you become a congressman, nobody will even like you." How true that was. This is tough.
Clearly, taking care of Crew's constituents was a lot less taxing, but it had its ups and downs.
Nobody steals my girl.
While all the men considered themselves able-bodied seamen, the doctor, played by Bernie Capel, gave new meaning to the term bedside manner. During the last 2 seasons, Pat Klaus came aboard as Julie's buoyant sister, Judy McCoy. She replaced cruise director Lauren Tweez, who admits drugs led to her departure.
Julie was, you know, extremely popular everywhere. It was very hard to take her place.
After Love Boat, Pat left the entertainment business to spend time at home and was inspired to put her art background to use.
This is what I have been doing the last 3 years of my life. I started designing my house. It's full of light. And, you know, we were talking about Love Boat a while ago and why people liked it. I think it's because of the lightness.
Light sets, bright costumes, legendary guests, fantastic voyages, friendly folks at the helm, and a guaranteed guy gets girl ending all contributed to the Love Boat's repeated top 10 ranking. But the show boasts still another achievement.
In the history of television, no show ever really created an industry like the Love Boat did. But now everybody takes a cruise.
You know, another reason why the Love Boat stayed afloat as long as it did was because it gave us a chance to visit with our favorite stars. When we return, you'll meet some of them, including the Love Boat's most traveled guest star.
If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
Central Park West.
I feel very self-important.
Get to know the sexy stars of TV's sleekest new drama when E goes on and off the set.
Hi, I'm going to have a cocktail now.
And inside Central Park West. Next Sunday at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, only on E.
Watch.
Welcome back to Classic TV on E, a 1-hour tribute to 4 classic shows from the 70s and 80s. Did I mention that they're on E every day? I did? Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Mackenzie Phillips. Each week, viewers climbed aboard the Love Boat for a 60-minute journey, and joining them were some very familiar faces from the big and small screens. Yes, there was romance, there was comedy, And there was adventure. But the main reason viewers came on board again and again was the Love Boat's incredible roster of guest stars. Each week, the show bid bon voyage to some of the biggest names in entertainment history. Legendary stars of the stage and screen, as well as hot young performers on the rise, kept the Pacific Princess afloat. In fact, it would probably be easier to list the stars who did not set sail during the decade of voyages, rather than cite the more than 1,000 celebrities who did.
I was able to hold some of the most beautiful women in my arms and embrace them, you know. Come on, this is really terrific stuff. But Joan Collins was terrific. She played like an Elizabeth Taylor character, and she was looking for her 10th husband.
Be wise to stay clear of me now.
I remember sitting in the bar with Gene Kelly, and I picked up the check. He said, "Oh, no, I'll do it." I said, I'll pay. I said, no, Gene, I just want to be able to tell my kids I bought Gene Kelly a drink in Hong Kong.
If a particular episode needed some extra sizzle, the crew beckoned back their spiciest guest.
April Lopez is the typical character of a Latina wetback, and she very much as I am. I came to America in the same situation. I came to America hoping to make money, to eat everything I wanted, and now that I make a lot of money, I cannot eat nothing.
Sexy, zany, lovable Latin Charo appeared on the Love Boat more than any other guest star in the show's history.
She defines the exuberance of the show, I think. I think that's why she was back so many times.
A classically trained guitarist originally from Spain, Charo rose to international stardom in the 70s. In addition to the Love Boat, she's appeared on hundreds of TV shows and still remains a popular Vegas headliner. Charo charms audiences with her music, her beauty, and of course, her outrageous abuse of the English language.
I can talk to you in Portuguese, French, Italiano, Spanish, and almost English.
But it wasn't exactly an English phrase that made the saucy sex kitten so memorable.
Everybody was telling me, hey, what the hell means Gucci Gucci? Gucci Gucci is an expression about love, that image. That if I don't follow, I disappoint the customer. I got to live with it, which I love it because to me Gucci Gucci is money.
Beautiful and vibrant as ever, Charo still keeps a frenetic schedule today. From her family's home base in Hawaii, the fiery songstress travels to perform all over the world.
I work like crazy. I'm a working cucaracha.
Charo's hard work has definitely been recognized. Billboard honored her with their Album of the Year award for guitar passion.
I want to show to the people that the Gucci Gucci person was a musician.
But despite all her success, Charo fondly remembers her Love Boat years.
The greatest time that I had is when I was 8 months pregnant, and I looked like a watermelon on high heels. But April wasn't supposed to be pregnant, so that was, my maraca was coming until here.
We love those maracas, I'll tell you that.
Hey, what about my Love Boat appearance? I played Gopher's high school buddy who had a sex change operation. Me, as a transsexual? That was certainly classic television. Okay, if you're longing for the Love Boat and you're addicted to Alice or possibly have a kinship with the cast of WKRP in Cincinnati and you're just delirious over One Day at a Time, remember, you can get your daily dose of these 4 classics, you guessed it, every afternoon on E! Thank you for letting me share this hour with you. I'm Mackenzie Phillips for E! Entertainment Television, your entertainment, news, and information authority.
Searching for some unimaginably confusing domestic situations? Tune in and delight as regular people air their incredible dirty laundry on Talk Soup Weekend.
Subway, now that's a sandwich. Now here's our favorite fiend, the Crypt Keeper.
The name's Keeper, Crypt Keeper, and I got a license to chill as our Halloween festival continues with a special look at the world of James Bond. First, let's check in on the diabolical doings at Universal Studios, Florida.
Hi, I'm Patty Tarvin Quinn. And I'm Lauren Bellis from New York Undercover. We'll hit the streets in just a bit, but first, see if you can spot the fox star in this picture. We'll be back with the answer later. Now stay tuned for 007, and we'll see you after this.
Imagine your ultimate fantasy. You're on a vital mission in an exotic land. You're in mortal danger, but you're surviving on your wits and your animal instincts. You're ruthless, charming, and utterly irresistible. My name's Elizabeth Hurley, and tonight I'm going to indulge that fantasy. Come with me into the world of the most famous agent ever to work on Her Majesty's Secret Service. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Bond. James Bond. Tonight, it's an exclusive look at the man who brought action to the movies.
My name is Bond. Bond. James Bond.
Hang on for a look back at the incredible action, the ruthless villains,
When I saw it for the first time, I jumped out of my seat.
and the most ravishing women ever to grace the silver screen.
Bond girls never sweat. They just glow.
Go behind the scenes on some particularly close calls.
The third crocodile was waiting for him.
See classic Bond gadgetry. And meet the new James Bond.
No more foreplay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new James Bond, Mr. Pierce Brosnan.
Internationally known actor Pierce Brosnan will bring Agent 007 back to the screen in the newest and most ambitious Bond film yet, GoldenEye.
My name's Bond. James Bond. It's a hoot.
I've been besotted with James Bond for years. He is the hottest superhero of all time. No wonder so many men want to be like him.
Would you care to try your luck, Mr.
Bundy. Al Bundy.
If imitation and spoof are the greatest forms of flattery, it's obvious that we love to praise James Bond.
Stick around, Mr. Bond. Things are really starting to cook.
Mr. Bond's drinks will be complimentary.
Gold Sting! How did Bond become so popular? Well, with a legacy like his, it's not too hard to figure out. His number says it all, 007, British secret agent with the license to kill. With a title like that, you know there's going to be some action.
We've had some interesting times together, Ling. I'll be sorry to go.
I think they were on their way to a funeral.
When I think of the Bond films, I think of like that kind of suave guy in a tuxedo with lots of fabulous babes and gruesome villains, blowing things up in a cartoonish manner and never really raising a sweat.
I mean, I remember going to see James Bond movies when I was a little girl, and it was the ability to be able to live out a fantasy through James Bond. Beautiful girls and the locations and the lifestyle.
Bollinger, 75. I see you are a connoisseur, Monsieur Bond.
He's a wonderful fantasy figure. If you went out searching, I doubt you'd find a man like that today.
James, I thought this would never happen.
He had to say some of the most banal lines probably ever written, but he just did it with such panache that it worked.
Can I do something for you, Mr. Bond?
Just a drink.
Would you get me a medium dry vodka martini?
Mixed like you said, sir.
Shaken, not stirred.
Shaken, not stirred.
Shaken, not stirred.
Oh, that's stirred, not shaken. That was right, wasn't it?
Perfect.
You have to say those lines. That is his drink.
Vodka martini. Shaken, not stirred.
Bond was more debonair, he was more dashing. He had like a kind of veneer of sophistication that we usually don't see in our action heroes these days.
Shocking.
All of this was the brainchild of a British reporter and ex-naval intelligence officer with an imaginative flair for adventure, detail, and exotic locations. His name was Ian Fleming. His Jamaican retreat was named Goldeneye, the inspiration for the title of the latest Bond film. It was here in 1952 that Fleming created the original character, which he actually named after the author of a book he found on his coffee table. He felt that the name held the simple yet sophisticated qualities of his character. Sexual escapades and high adventure are at the center of the revolutionary and highly controversial James Bond thrillers.
I think that people like to read about heroes. Spying has always been regarded as a very romantic one-man job, so to speak, one man against a whole police force or an army. As for sex, well, sex is a perfectly respectable subject as far as Shakespeare is concerned, and I don't see why it shouldn't be so far as I'm concerned.
James Bond character was introduced in Playboy in 1960 in a short story. And it was before the phenomenon. It was before we discovered that JFK was also a James Bond fan.
In 1961, Life magazine validated James Bond popular culture when an article naming President Kennedy's favorite books included the Ian Fleming spy series. Almost overnight, millions of Bond thrillers were sold.
The reader response was positive, but I think that the real phenomenon began for us with the arrival of the films.
Enter Albert Cubby Broccoli and Harry Saltzman, two film producers who are both fans of Fleming's books. They teamed up to begin shooting 007's feature film debut, Dr. No. When it came to casting, Broccoli and Saltzman instantly agreed they'd found their James Bond in a former truck driver turned actor from Scotland, Sean Connery.
Up slowly and face that wall.
You felt the animal with Sean, always. He was very male. He was very strong. He was very present within the scenes. And the scenes were very real in his hands.
Where's the girl acumen?
In 1962, Dr. No exploded onto American screens and quickly became a hit. A superhero was born. The film's other bombshell was the debut of Swiss actress Ursula Andress.
I think certainly the favorite actress is Ursula Andress in the first Bond film. Coming out of the sea in that bikini with a knife on her hip was delicious.
What are you doing here? Looking for shells?
No, I'm just looking.
Dr. No ushered in a new genre of high-tech thriller. It made an impressive $50 million in ticket sales and changed the way we looked at action-adventure films forever. The producers doubled the budget for the next Bond film, From Russia with Love. The film was bigger and better in every way. The villains became more diabolical, and Bond's knack for taking them out became even more action-packed. Ticket sales reached an unheard of $25 million. The Bond phenomenon was truly underway. 007's adventures were sought by movie audiences around the world. Still, no one was fully prepared for the success of the next Bond feature.
Goldfinger!
Goldfinger, 1964. It was staggering. Well, first of all, there was this naked golden lady lying on a bed. There was the guy, odd job, with the hat. And I suppose maybe in some way the seeds of wanting to be an actor were sown there.
Who are you?
Bond. James Bond.
The film had three elements that became Bond signatures: an unforgettable assortment of villains, legendary sets, and the most alluring gallery of women ever to appear in a single film.
Oh. This is no time to be rescued.
Goldfinger grossed $3 million in its first 2 weeks of release, a record for its time. Theaters stayed open 24 hours a day. It was the first worldwide mega hit, and Bond mania spawned massive merchandising.
You too can be a secret agent at modest cost and small risk.
It wasn't long before television executives began to capitalize on James Bond and the 007 adventures.
There was a phenomenon going on in the 60s, the tremendous spy phenomenon. The number of other films and television shows that were so popular in the 60s, and Bond was the inspiration for that.
Will you be late to matinee?
Matinee what? It's a reward. I promised we would take him to the movie. What movie? It's an English picture. Wonderful cast. Many of your favorite stars in it.
The Adventures of 007, right?
Oh, man. Now listen, don't knock the competition. You may pay to watch him. You may learn something.
But audiences didn't stay home when Bond came to the theaters. Connery's next 3 films grossed $150 million, and he became the highest paid actor in the world. But the demands of the series took their toll. Connery made the decision to retire from the part.
I've had long sort of innings, as it were, and very intense innings, and I want to change direction now, take another breath and do something else.
You just killed James Bond.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service starred newcomer George Lazenby. Although the picture was a success, Lazenby stepped away after only 1 film.
This never happened to the other fellow.
The demand for Bond was insatiable. Producers Broccoli and Saltzman turned to dashing British actor Roger Moore to carry on the legacy.
How can I refuse such a gracious invitation? Where's Peckish? Where's Peckish?
Pyramids!
What a helpful chap.
Moore pushed the series forward with 7 more Bond films that together grossed over $340 million.
Make action-adventure films, then what better than to be in the best of them all, which is Bond. You know, if you're going to be leading man in something, then be in something where they spend a lot of money and take a lot of time and care.
In 1985, Moore retired from the role. Timothy Dalton brought to the part a hard-edged reality that audiences now demanded.
Timothy Dalton, I felt, brought a grittiness and a realism and a more of a human quality to Bond.
I need to use your phone. She'll call you back.
Who are you?
Bond, James Bond. Exercise Control 007 here. I'll report in an hour.
Won't you join me?
Better make that 2.
And now, for the 17th Bond film, a 007 for the 90s explodes onto the screen with a modern flair. Pierce Brosnan is the new James Bond.
I'm very excited. The support from people over the years has been amazing. So I really am thrilled to be able to get to do this.
The new film GoldenEye marks an unprecedented level of Bond action, with bigger stunts, more sinister villains, and a new perspective to the legendary character.
I think Pierce Brosnan is an excellent choice for Bond. He has the qualities that people have liked in Bond before. You know, he looks good in a tuxedo. He's got a certain savoir-faire. He has a good self-deprecating sense of humor, which always comes in well for Bond.
You don't need the gun.
That depends on your definition of safe sex.
It looks like that naughty Mr. Bond has lost none of his devastating appeal. But you'd think that after decades of harrowing escapes, he might consider an easier line of work. But then again, what would a James Bond film be without a good dose of rollicking action and a death-defying stunt or two? Or 3. Or maybe even 4.
Coming up next, a look back at 007, the man of action, including the stunts that went dangerously wrong and the record-breaking bungee jump from the newest James Bond film, GoldenEye.
Now, promise you'll stay right there. I shan't be long.
Action has a name.
Bond. James Bond.
Bond is back on video. Now digitally remastered to blow you away.
The things I do for England.
The James Bond 007 collection. Yours to own.
Hurry into Subway right now and get a steak and cheese made just the way you want it. Tender cuts of juicy steak, loads of melted cheese, and your choice of fresh fixins, all on fresh baked bread.
In the world of 007, this Aston Martin is about as low profile as it gets. But over the years, this car has helped him out of some extremely dodgy situations. Be it behind the wheel or not, Bond certainly had more than his fair share of the action.
Drop a bomb.
What is it with you and moving vehicles? For GoldenEye, there's a vehicle of the 90s. The new BMW Z3 Roadster will usher in the action with contemporary style.
Yo, Wade. Don't push any of the buttons on that car.
We're just going to go bombing around, ain't it?
Exactly.
Leave it to a Bond movie to deliver something new and different every time. One of the most tremendous and memorable stunts was the open to The Spy Who Loved Me.
The stunt's been called by a couple of very generous reviewers the greatest and one of the greatest stunts in film history. And, you know, it wasn't very complex. Some of these stunts are really complex and technological. This one, you know, I almost felt that Gravity should have got equal billing, equal credit as, you know. I didn't really have to do that much except go over the edge.
Choreographing these kinds of stunts is no easy task. The risks in filming them are very real. In fact, over the years of making Bond films, there's been some close calls.
The sequence in the Everglades was quite an exciting sequence, and we had a lot of boats, and they were traveling at very, very high speed.
He came up the bank exactly where we expected him to come, went sliding across the garden, but on the opposite side there were about 4 or 5 cypress trees. And he should have gone between them, but he didn't. He went bang, and the whole side of the boat was wiped out.
But there was more than one close call for Roger Moore's stunt double on the set of Live and Let Die.
And it was a very nasty feeling actually being on the island on my own for the first little bit. And you know that they're, you know, the rest of them haven't rehearsed, they haven't read the script, they don't know I'm James Bond, that I've got to live. We're halfway into the film, and I had to finish the film, so the producers are not, although they would have liked to kill me from time to time, could not afford to lose me, so Ross Kananga had my trousers and my shoes.
He was dressed up as Bond, and he did it. And the time he made the jump, from the moment he touched the first crocodile, the third crocodile had his head up and was waiting for him. And each one made a snap at him, but the third one, as he jumped, as he just left his back, the crocodile caught him in the heel and just snapped his heel. Fortunately, he had thick boots on, and it didn't go through the boots. He managed to drag his foot free. I mean, that emphasizes the reason that Roger wasn't going to do it.
You become a stuntman because you like the burst of adrenaline. I don't like that rush. I can live quite happily without it.
You plan that everything will go right, but invariably, you know, people can get hurt.
In GoldenEye, the stuntmen were asked to push the limits of innovation, safety, and physical possibilities. In the film's opening sequence, a world free-fall record was planned off the Patsaska Dam in Switzerland.
What was wanted was a 700-foot dive off the top of the dam in Switzerland. It was the first, it was a world record. The tension is extraordinary. You know, we're on top of this dam, we've been waiting to get the shot for 2 weeks because of problems with light. It's a free fall. You're reaching terminal velocity. You're trying to desperately keep away from the wall and not go into it, and you're trying to keep out the way of 20 stone of rope that's below you. That will kill you if you get entangled in it. It really is very, very extreme on the body.
3, 2, 1, action, go!
But the fall was only half the challenge.
After free falling 400 feet, getting whipped in position by the rope, I had milliseconds to whip this gun out from my jacket, which would follow on for the next shot with Piers. And the funny thing was, I got the gun out just in time. You'll see in the shot, as I get the gun out, get into the end position, I go behind a piece of rock. It looks extraordinarily glamorous, and it's very easy to forget the danger and the hard work and the extremes people go to get that particular result.
If getting in and out of trouble is an art form, then James Bond is truly a virtuoso. The question is, though, will 007 ever meet his match? Or will he continue to miraculously avoid the clutches of some of the most vicious criminals ever to whisper the words, "Goodbye, Mr. Bond"?
They're some of motion picture's most diabolical villains. When we return, come face to face with 007's arch enemies and meet GoldenEye's sexy femme fatale.
Listen to this. Sports coupe with bulletproof glass, ejector seat,
Rocket launcher, champagne cooler,
radar screen, sidewinder missiles.
one owner.
What kind of a bloke would be selling a car like that?
The name's Bond. James Bond.
I wonder what he's getting instead.
See 007's new BMW in GoldenEye. See your dealer about a BMW.
Chance Harper's got one shot to bring him back from the edge. A brand new Strange Luck. Then his kiss is deadly.
We're dealing with a serial murderer who's using an online service to attract his victims.
And Friday,
we're looking for some kind of genetically different human being, a creature.
He's got a date with Agent Scully. A brand new X-Files. It's all part of Fox's Knockout November, Friday.
In the world of 007, around every corner lurks a fiendish villain. Villains so frighteningly twisted that each and every time they come face to face with our luscious hero, they come up with new and more perverted ways to bump off Bond.
You defy all my attempts to plan an amusing death for you.
Let his death be a particularly unpleasant and humiliating one.
Any cost, any, Bond must die.
Choose your next witticism carefully, Mr. Bond. It may be your last.
Bond has always faced a never-ending variety of evil masterminds, with names like Dr. No, Red Grant, Goldfinger, Oddjob, Largo, Kananga, Scaramanga, Knick-Knack, Jaws, and Sanchez.
Bond villain? Who's the guy with the big scar down his face?
I am Ernst Stavro Blofeld. This organization does not tolerate failure.
My fondest memory is Oddjob flinging his derby and beheading the statue.
Goldfinger. I think it's got to be Goldfinger, yeah.
Good night, Mr. Bond.
Do you expect me to talk?
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
In Goldfinger, Harold Sakata, dressed impeccably in a formal suit and a bowler hat, portrayed the wicked Oddjob. One of the most sinister villains was the twisted diplomat Kananga in Live and Let Die. Actor Yaphet Kotto was given the chance to enter the ranks of Bond villainy.
You will slip the little finger on Mr. Bond's right hand.
Once you become part of the Bond classics, you're just remembered for all time. To this day, people walk up to me and say, "You did Dr. Kananga and Live and Let Die."
Wow.
I think when someone is being kind and smiling and there's a lot of danger around, then that's even more menacing than someone who's purposely trying to be evil.
There is one thing, however,
Take him to the farm. He was obviously jealous of Bond, so he was going to outdo Bond in everything that Bond did. He was going to wear better clothes than Bond, he's going to be cooler than Bond, he has better women than Bond. So the attack that I took on the role is Dr. Kananga saw himself as someone who was a social competitor with James Bond.
And I
The larger-than-life, steel-toothed villain Jaws, played by actor Richard Kiel, took the Bond film to a new level of fantasy.
The Spy Who Loved Me had some scenes that, when I saw it for the first time, scared me. When Barbara Bach opened up the wardrobe in the train, I jumped out of my seat. Jaws was a guy, who obviously didn't have an IQ of 180, and he was out there doing his job.
And if there's a problem with customs, no evidence.
They're always at the forefront of defining who the nemesis of the world is going to be.
In License to Kill, actor Robert Darby played the ruthless South American drug lord, Sanchez.
What's the new guy? Somebody I thought could be useful.
The classic Bond villain, I think, has to be formidable. He has to have an intelligence that matches Bond. The audience needs to feel that Bond is up against a villain that the audience almost roots for. They want to see that there's going to be a struggle. They like to see Bond in a vulnerable position. They like to see the villain to be a few steps ahead.
I think that if you try to bring the kind of villains that I played up in '95, you're making a mistake because no one's going to believe it. You have to keep the Bond villains current.
In the latest film, GoldenEye, Bond encounters three of the most sadistic villains ever.
I play Xenia Onatopp in GoldenEye, and as the name already suggests, I'm on top of things, literally and figuratively.
Wait for your turn.
I can be outrageous, I can be bigger, I can be all the things that I would like to be sometimes in life that I can never get away with.
Famke's character is totally outrageous. She has sex with men and she crushes them with her thighs. She really went in there and just played it to the hilt. And she was excellent.
This time, Mr. Bond, the pleasure will be all mine.
Because every Bond villain is required to have an easy-to-recognize diabolical trait, every secret agent must also have the protection of his own little bag of tricks.
Pay attention, 007. This is now being issued as standard equipment.
I've had a few optional extras installed.
The job of turning Bond into a one-man arsenal has always fallen to Q, who provides our hero with an endless supply of gadgets.
Inside the case, you'll find a little red button, a nice little transmitting device, a Geiger counter, an ordinary tin of talcum powder, stun gas, this ultra-sensitive earpiece, an AR-7 folding sniper's rifle. Whatever you do, don't touch it. Open the top, press that button there. Obviously, you'll only use it as a last resort.
Brace yourself.
Now, pay attention, 007. I want you to take great care of this equipment.
Q, have I ever let you down?
Frequently.
Desmond Llewellyn's portrayal of the long-suffering Q has always provided a foil for the James Bond character.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
That's putting it mildly, 007. Really, 007. Try to be a little less than your usual frivolous self.
Look, I haven't time for these adolescent antics.
You're joking. I never joke about my work, 007.
Smashing, Q.
Don't ask me about technology. I know absolutely nothing about it. I can't work a gadget. I mean, any gadget that I work goes wrong. And then somebody comes and helps me, and he looks at me and he says, well, I thought you ought to be able to do it.
Chairman's orders, 007.
He's a magnificent Q, and he's been in every one of the films. I think maybe he missed one of them. Morning, Q. Sorry about the leg. Skiing?
Hunting.
Bond's faithful sidekicks aren't always gadget gurus and lab technicians. They sometimes wear clothes that are much more exotic, as we'll see next.
For over 3 decades, they've made movie history as the sexiest leading ladies to ever grace 007's silver screen. When we return, meet the women of James Bond.
Another town, another show. Wake up on the bus, but that's life on the road. Though the morning is bright.
Home Improvement, Monday at 7 on Fox 11.
Regardless of the dangerous locations of his secret missions, 007 has never been one to ignore the fringe benefits of the job. Oh, shaken, not stirred. James Bond always remains steadfast in his commitment to his duties, to his country, and of course, to his women.
Hello.
The women in the James Bond films are some of the sexiest and most talented to ever appear on screen. Ursula Andress, Honor Blackman, Diana Rigg, Jill St. John, Jane Seymour, Britt Eklund, Maud Adams, Barbara Bach, and Tanya Roberts.
James Bond has had the good fortune to meet a new assortment of girls in a new picture. They are selected to please both Bond and the audience.
I think it's a big compliment for me even to be a Bond girl. Running around on high heels and just being in a beautiful bikini, I think that would have been fantastic.
I'd seen Ursula Andress come out of the sea with the bikini, and after having seen that, I always wanted to be a Bond girl.
I approve.
You do?
Oh, not the wine. Your frock. Tight in all the right places, not too many buttons.
Then I will take it off.
I have a feeling this is the beginning of a wonderful relationship.
I'm beginning to like you, Mr. Bond.
Well, that makes 2 of us.
What's going on behind my back?
Only. Look. No hands.
Sincere, would you mind giving me something to put on?
What sharp little eyes you've got.
Wait till you get to my teeth.
Sex was one of the things that sold the Bond films.
Who are you?
My name is Pussy Galore.
I must be dreaming.
People are inclined to say, oh, you were one of the Bond girls. It drives me mad because
Most of them were just sort of bimbos, weren't they? But Pussy Galore had a very serious and responsible job and did it very well. And didn't say yes to Bond straight off.
This should be a memorable flight.
You can turn off the charm. I'm immune. She was equal in intelligence and intellect and talent and professionalism with all the others, with all the men.
You've had classically trained actresses, and you've had models, you've had normal actresses like myself, who had a career before the Bond and since the Bond.
As times change, so too does the role of women in the new 007 film, GoldenEye.
She changed the access codes! Yes, they do look beautiful. Yes, they are sexy. But they move the story along as well. What are you doing?
Boris is online backing up his files. If I can spike him, I might be able to find out where they're going. But don't stand there, get us out of here!
Yes, sir.
This is the Bond girls of the 90s, and we really have to do the film more modern, so we have to do them strong. And it's up to us what we do of the characters, and I don't think we should ever change Bond, because he should always be this a little bit difficult sexist. It's just up to us how we treat him.
How can you act like this? How can you be so cold?
It's what keeps me alive.
No, it's what keeps you alone.
Nobody does it better. Makes me feel safe for the rest. Nobody does it half as good as you. Baby, baby, darling, you're the best. Besides discovering some of the most alluring screen actresses of the last 3 decades, the 007 film series also made its mark in another area: music. Long before music videos, James Bond films have been putting stunning images with hit songs.
There is nothing better than sitting in a darkened theater and you hear the opening strains of a Bond soundtrack. You immediately have a point of reference that goes 25 years.
Subtlety is not a virtue in a Bond movie. Not in a Bond movie, you play it to the hilt. The whole thing really came together with Goldfinger. And from then on, that was the formula. It was large, bigger than life, extravagant movie making.
Goldfinger, he's a man.
Shirley didn't come in and read this lyric and say, well, what's the meaning? And, you know, she just sang it.
We were in a studio with 60 musicians, and they had an enormous screen, and I had to sing Goldfinger to what was happening on the credits. We got to the end, and the credits didn't seem to end, and I had to hold this note. And it was like forever. At the end, you know, I nearly passed out.
Very different artists used along the way, you know, from Duran Duran to Shirley Bassey and Carly Simon in between. That's really covering the waterfront. But all of them very cannily chosen to reinforce the essential image of the films and of its lead character, of strength, of power, of sophistication.
The latest artist to join the long list of Bond vocalists is none other than Grammy winner Tina Turner.
Shirley Bassey. I'll never forget her voice. I think one has made it when you're accepted in such good company.
Golden eye, not lace or leather. Golden chain taken to the spot.
Collaborating with Tina on GoldenEye are Grammy Award-winning U2 artists The Edge and Bono, who wrote the title track.
See what I've got.
Ed is the musical person. I mean, he's very devoted. Bono is interesting and magical in some kind of ways. They're wonderful. I had a feeling they would be.
The idea of Tina Turner and Bono, I mean, that chemistry of those two people, I think Tina is one of the most exceptional artists, and he is a hell of a songwriter. I think it should be very special.
Just when you thought it would be impossible to make James Bond more daring, more dashing, and, yes, more sexy, along comes the new 007, Pierce Brosnan. Stay with me for an exclusive behind-the-scenes journey into the world of GoldenEye, the most challenging Bond film ever to be made.
When we return, a sneak peek at the most ambitious 007 movie ever, the exciting new James Bond adventure, GoldenEye.
I believe that people are basically good at heart. Just because somebody dials 0 to call collect doesn't mean he's a bad person. They're just misguided, product of their environment. They grew up dialing 0. Their parents probably dialed 0. Unfortunately, the people they call have to pay the price. If they had just dialed 1-800-COLLECT instead, a lot of hard-earned money would have been saved. That's where Phone Patrol comes in.
Had a dream the other day.
Monstrous.
Chief, that wasn't a monster. That was the captain of the high school basketball team.
It's hair-raising. It's Homer in 3D. Holy macaroni! Don't miss an all-new Simpsons Halloween special.
Whoa, man.
Part of Fox's Halloween Bash, next.
James Bond dodges bullet, building blows up. Well, of course it does. I should jolly well hope so. But never in quite the same way as it does in GoldenEye. 3 years in the making, exotic locations, and a ravishing new Mr. Bond. Welcome to the world of GoldenEye. It was the announcement that would set the machine in motion. Fans and the world press had been waiting for nearly 6 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new James Bond, Mr. Pierce Brosnan.
The announcement marked the beginning of GoldenEye.
Stand by. Here we go. Melanie, come over. And 3, 2, 1, hang up.
With a story set against the backdrop of the ever-changing New World Order, GoldenEye brings 007 back to the forefront of international intrigue.
The name's Bond. James Bond. I think what we have here is a franchise which has been very successful, and we have a film which people really want to see, and they want to see it work for all the reasons it worked back then. But I think the film that we've got has got a grittiness to it, and I think it addresses all of the symbols and all of the imagery that turned people on originally.
We're going to test fire GoldenEye.
GoldenEye exists.
Yes. 3, 2.
I want you to find GoldenEye.
1.
Beg your pardon. Forgot to knock.
Ready to save the world again?
After you, 006.
Bond, come back alive.
6:33, take 3.
Acclaimed action director Martin Campbell filmed GoldenEye on locations around the world, from Russia to Puerto Rico to Monte Carlo and back to England, creating a motion picture of immense scope and scale, as well as taking on the challenge of introducing the new 007.
If you look back on all the various actors who have played Bond, certainly Connery, Roger Moore, Tim Dalton and so forth, they've all brought entirely different kind of characteristics to Bond. And now we've got Pierce, who I think brings an element of classiness to him as well.
Action, Pierce.
I fill the shoes of Bond in my own way. It's not a job that you take lightly. There's an audience out there of 32 years standing, and the expectations are high, so you certainly feel that you're up there on the wire at times. And that's what's so enthralling about it. Bond. I think he's a very cool dude, actually. I like him. No more foreplay.
Of James Bond.
So Bond is back with a vengeance. As long as motion pictures continue to be made and treacherous villains continue to attempt world domination, there will be other heroes trying to save the day. But none of them, in my opinion, are fit to even shake the martini of Agent 007. Bond. James Bond. Nobody does it better.
Hi, Penny Garvinville Quinn with Lauren Villas at Universal Studios Florida.
Check it out, the monsters are back.
TV's monstrously funny family returns.
Oops, you scared me to life.
In an all-new movie adventure for the 90s.
Don't stop to chase any cars.
It's gonna be a party that will raise the dead. Here come the Munsters, part of Fox's Halloween Bash, Tuesday.
During the movie, Fox will be trick-or-treating live.
So don't be surprised if we show up at your door.
But now, stick around. The Simpsons are...
Fox's Halloween Bash is brought to you by Subway. Now that's a sandwich.
Yeah, it smells great, doesn't it? Our first guest is an Academy Award-nominated actor who starred in the fabulous Baker Boys and also The Fisher King. His latest film, Wild Bill, opens on December 1st. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome for the first time to the big program, Jeff Bridges. Jeff! Welcome to the show, Jeff. I just mentioned to you as you came out here that I think you're just terrific. I've enjoyed your work in movies for years and years, and it's a real thrill for me to have you here tonight. You smell that chili?
Ooh,
it's
yeah.
good, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm getting my mouth watering already.
Well, hang around. Can you hang around?
Yeah, I'd prefer that.
Okay,
sure.
good. You know, if we have any trouble with you whatsoever, Wesley Snipes is ready to come in and beat the crap out of you.
He was already, giving me some warnings there.
Yeah, okay, I'll just wait there while you have your beverage.
Thank you.
Would you like a straw?
Yeah.
Tell me about your holiday. You were here, obviously, in New York City. What did you do?
We're having a ball. We just got back from Radio City and saw the extravaganza.
It's great fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. That seems like a qualified
no, just kind of like, running the different routines that they perform for us. I love the wooden soldiers, the collapsing wooden soldiers.
Yeah. A lot of animals? Like they get donkeys and goats and...
A couple of those. We saw the big parade.
Yeah. And you have kids who really go crazy for this stuff?
Yeah, they're
How old are
very
the kids?
excited. 14, 12, and 10.
Yeah, now...
All girls.
All girls?
Yeah.
Oh, that must be a lot of fun, huh?
Yeah.
Or they just drive you nuts?
Well, I've got to be kind because they're right out there and they're going to be, they're right, in the green room here.
Now, when you were like that age, 10 or 11, 12, whatever, you got just the one brother? You got more brothers?
I have a sister as well.
So
Cindy.
It was one boy, two girls. What was your family unit like? Your father, of course, very famous actor.
Yes.
Yeah.
But probably like your family, my mother ran the show.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
I saw that at any moment she could have put you in your place.
Sure, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That's where you got to jump quick. You got to make the first move, catch her off guard.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you know, well, I know for a fact you started in show business when you were like not even a year old.
Oh, yeah, 6 months old.
How did that happen?
Well, there's a picture called The Company She Keeps. And my parents were friends with John Cromwell, the director of it, and he needed a little kid to be carried on with. Jane Greer was in the thing, and my parents said, "Take him."
And
He'll do it.
Was there a
He
fee
doesn't
involved
care.
for this?
I imagine.
Yeah.
But I had to cry in this thing, and I was a very happy child. They had a problem with me crying, so my mother told Jane, "Just pinch him."
Well.
Now, this came in handy years later when I again performed with Jane. and I was having a little trouble with some, getting some emotion in the part. I said, Jane, pinch me. I need your help once
How old
again.
were you then?
Oh, this is, well, against all odds. I don't know how old I was, but, ways back.
Yeah. Did you attend show business functions as a family? You and your dad and your mom and your brother and everybody go to these kind of things?
Yeah. We went to the Academy Awards one year when I was nominated. I think it was maybe the first time I was nominated. I was quite anxious, and my father, who is a bit of a practical joker himself, he said,
he's been on this show a couple of times.
Yeah,
He's a sweet guy.
Very good guy.
Yeah.
Always get good reports on him. It's true. Yeah. It's true wherever I go. On this occasion, however, he wasn't so sweet. He said, I just got a call from a guy, and he's going to give me a gremlin, a free gremlin.
Oh, man, slick ride.
If you allow us all to go in this gremlin to the Academy Awards, I will get a free gremlin.
Dad had worked a deal with the local AMC dealer.
That's right. And my jaw just opened, but he was serious. So I said, I thought, well, if I can video the entire experience, then I will allow this to happen.
But the Gremlin, I think it was one of those cars that actually had a picture of a gremlin painted on it, didn't it? It was just a real nice deal.
It was like the clowns, where all the clowns walk out of the... So I took this priceless video, and the whole trip going there was a monologue of my mother's.
And she is what,
just
commenting
saying,
on...
No, she's just saying, I can't use the word on television.
Give it a try.
She says, please don't be holes. Whatever you do, And
yeah.
And we were.
But you got yourselves a brand new gremlin.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Stay there. Man, this chili is about to put me to sleep. Isn't it amazing? It's most aromatic. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back here with Jeff Bridges in a couple of minutes. How do you do? Welcome back. Jeff Bridges is here. We've talked about this before. Your brother, Bo, has been with us a couple of times. We talked about the Fabulous Baker Boys. It was a great movie. One of those nice little, I think they describe it as being kind of a small movie. There's no chase scene. Nothing really explodes. But it's a great story, a great cast, a really good script, and nice acting. It's a really nice piece of work. And, I've forgotten the question.
You were thinking about Michelle, probably.
Oh, man,
Everything else
now,
is emptied out of
she
your
has not been on the show, but it's just, it must have been great fun making that film.
She's terrific.
Yeah.
It was good working with Bo. That was a dream come true.
Yeah, which of the two of you is the better actor, do you think?
Very good.
No, what do you think?
Well,
he
both
said, of course, no, he said, of course, you. No, he said
me.
you. Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
then I got to say him. Thanks for the tip.
Yeah. What do you do for fun? What kind of things do you like as hobbies or recreation?
Like you, I'm a surfer. No, I saw the ad. I think everyone here saw the ad.
I'm a regular Duke Kahanamoko.
No, I saw that and I said, I knew he was going to be on the show.
But you really
we have something to talk about.
You have done that.
Well, back in high school, I surfed a bit, and now I'm again trying to get back into it. I had a kind of a terrible experience the last time I went out. Went out and bought my wetsuit and a brand new board and went down to this beach club, and I'm down in the dressing room and I'm putting on the wetsuit, and I'm having a hell of a time getting my legs into this rubber suit.
Yeah. So what do you think? You think, well, I'm too old for this?
Either that or my feet have swelled or something. I can't quite figure it out.
Got a bad case of surfer's
feet. But
I
finally jammed my leg, my foot into the thing, and then I attempt to put my other leg on. When I realize I've put the jacket on my leg.
What a hip guy! You got your legs in your jacket.
It's terrible, and I cannot get out of this thing. And the only I either can walk out with this thing like this and help me, cut me out of it,
scare the kids,
or just go out there and surf and pretend that's what I intended to do all along. But I think I wrapped it around some, post in the lock, and pulled my leg out of the thing. And
yanked yourself right out of it.
Terrible.
But are you a pretty good surfer?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Is it fun though? It must be great fun.
Oh, it's great fun.
Yeah, it's very exciting to watch.
Good. Oh.
Speaking of things that are exciting to watch, I love stories about real heroes from the Old West, like Wild Bill Hickok, and that's what this film is, Wild Bill. And is it mostly factual, or was some of this exaggerated?
Well, it's a bit. It's I'm co-starring with Ellen Barkin.
You know, she was here talking about her whip trick. She plays
I heard that
Calamity
she
Jane.
knocked something out of your hand. Was it a cigar out of your hand?
No, not exactly a cigar, and that was after the show. But it happened. Something. Anyway, yeah, I'm really pleased you were here. I feel like now all we need is your mom and your sister, and we've completed the whole family. The film, Wild Bill, opens on December 1st, and I'm sure we're all looking forward to that. Nice to see you.
All right,
have a great holiday season.
Right, thank you.
Jeff Bridges, we'll be right back. Yes, sir. Hey, look, Paul. I'm Sherry Lewis.
Oh, you're terrible. Well, our next guest makes some of the most delicious soup in the world. He recently was on an episode of The Seinfeld Show.
Thank you, Tom, for editing. I appreciate it. Take a look now.
Medium turkey chili.
Medium crab bisque.
I didn't get any bread.
Just forget it. Let it go.
Excuse me, I think you forgot my bread.
Bread, $2 extra.
$2, but everyone in front of me got free bread.
You want bread?
Yes, please.
$3.
What?
No soup for you.
There you go. Folks, here's the real guy, Al Yeganay. I personally have not been to the store, but I've had the soup, and it's delightful. But tell us, is there anything in, is it true what we saw there in that depiction of the Seinfeld episode? Is that how you run the store?
No, it is not.
Really?
That's not true, no.
You don't have strict rules?
I do have my rule.
Yeah.
It is not my rule. In fact, it's the people policy which created by New York people. The fast-paced life in New York and lunchtime, those create that policy for me.
So for you, when it comes to soup, you're all business?
No, really, I wouldn't call it business.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a heart. I'm human.
You have a heart. Of course you have a heart.
And I want to take care of the people. I have people line up and around block with 50 to 80 to 100 people in cold weather.
So you got to get them in there.
That's
bing,
right.
Bing, bing,
Exactly.
just like this.
Sure. That's right, baby.
Try that, Al. Ding, 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 ding. Let me ask you a question. Well, by the way, how did you learn to make such wonderful soup? Where does this come from?
I learned through grandma recipes and practicing
Trial and
learning, do the American University health department, health school. I learned
So you
do.
studied to be a chef, and your specialité, if you don't mind a little French there, is the soup. Now, let me ask you another question, and I've thought about this long and hard. Nobody seems to know. Is soup in the sauce family?
It is. It's sauce. I'm
Oh,
sure
that's
it is.
good. All right,
Sure.
I'll sleep easier tonight. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah.
Tonight we're going to make turkey chili. Is that right?
Sure.
All right, let's begin the process here, and then everybody in the theater gets the chili tonight.
How did help? Yeah, you want to do that together?
I'll do whatever you like.
So the olive oil in a pot. Olive oil. That is the whole vegetable garlic. Sorry, my name. Again, whole vegetable onion. Give it a few minutes. All it, you're going too fast, David. All it. Throw the vegetable first, let them saute for 20 minutes or so. Okay, and that vegetable. Okay, and yeah, that is the mustard green, which is cancer fighter. Sure.
Even that smells good. No, I know, but it smells good. I just can't help myself. I'm sorry.
And then go chili powder.
Chili powder.
And chipotle chili and cumin.
I think this recipe, by the way, will be in the newsletter and online, so call in and get that.
And now you don't worry about all I got.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
No. Yeah.
How long would I last working for you?
10 seconds.
All right.
You will fire that away.
Okay,
and
so
tomato, fresh tomato or canned tomato combination, and my turkey dog, and the meat, and fresh lemon juice, and burgundy, and the kidney bean, which is pre-cooked,
now
and
this is the burgundy. This is the wine.
Burgundy wine. Don't drink it. Hold it. Look, you're fired on it. Dave, you're fired. No work for you. Come back next
Where's Wesley Snipes? Send him in to taste the chili. Try the chili. We'll be right back with LL Cool J. Oh, damn, that mother is tasty. Boy, is that good. That's got a little heat to it. I like that, Al. Thank you very much. Thanks. It was fun making chili, seeing you guys enjoying yourselves while I was choking to death. Thank you. And by the way, if you're making chili at home, wear the safety goggles, all right? Our next guest is a Grammy-winning performer and, like myself, one of hip-hop's true pioneers. His brand new CD is called Mr. Smith, and it features the #1 rap song in the country. Oh, here's the CD right here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome LL Cool J.
Just off the 405 freeway at the Wilmington exit in Carson.
Okay, we're out of time. My thanks to LL Cool J, Al Yeganey. The soup, by the way, is just terrific. Jeff Bridges, my mom, and Wesley Snipes. Wesley, good to have you with us.
Always good to see you,
The movie Money Train opened yesterday. Good for you, sir. Thanks for coming by. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Good night, everybody.
We make pants for pets.
You're on CBS.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. No, not of them. They're merely children of the night. Shut up, children of the night. We have something much more frightening than mere monsters. More horrifying than even the mummy. Scarier than Frankenstein. More terrifying than even myself. The most hideous creature of them all. The fear skunk. Half man, half skunk. Behold.
Hey, what's up? Hey, lighten up, man. We got a whole hour of highlights coming from the best shows in TV talk.
That is scary.
Nice cape.
Other than that, I won the cane because of the simple faith.
I feel like the masturbator here.
Look at Skunk Boy! What the hell is going on here?
I got you, didn't I? Hi, everybody. Welcome to the big Halloween Weekly Wrap-Up. I'm John Henson. We got a whole hour of highlights ahead of you. Are you scared yet, huh? No? Well, what if you saw Count Dracula?
It's a pleasure to be here, John.
Wow, you really mean that?
No, Skunk Boy.
Oh, well, thanks for coming. Can I get you anything? Donut? Cup of blood, maybe?
Just get on with it. I'm taping Match Game at 2.
Oh, cool. Well, tell Jim J. Bullock I said hi. Coming up, Dead Little Joey makes his late-night debut. A mother begs her gay son to act straight. And a certain Talk Soup regular opens up on me with both barrels.
Wait, I know what you did. Stand up. Stand up, Skunk Boy.
Hey, them's fighting words, mister.
You must have done something to diss him. That George Hamilton is normally so mild-mannered and charming, and what a 10.
Yeah, I know. He's cool, huh? First up, Charles may look like Chaka from Land of the Lost, but this guest from the Gordon Elliott Show is really a highly evolved individual. He's chosen to make a statement with his hair because he's a fan of the music industry. That's right, that wild and woolly look of his is actually a salute to musicians everywhere. Well, except Phil Collins. Here's Gordon with a lowdown on this harem-scarum hubby.
you have quite a look going there. But
Thank you, Gordon. You do, too.
I know.
You look very good.
I know. But this comes off at the end of the show.
Well, this doesn't.
Well, tell us about this. You have had problems with people, little kids. You were made in charge of a class one day, and some of the kids started to cry.
Yeah, they started to cry.
He was supposed to take a group from my daughter's school, and we said, this is your class mother for the day, and the kid ran off screaming, crying. No, it wasn't going to happen.
But underneath all this, your women would really like you to go to a little effort to clean up and make yourself what they consider more attractive. Why wouldn't you do that, Charles?
Why wouldn't I do that?
Yeah.
Why?
It just doesn't support the lifestyle that I'm accustomed to. I'm kind of counterculture type person. I like to pay tribute to the music industry while I'm here.
Oh, and I'm sure that the music industry really appreciates it.
On behalf of the music industry, we thank you.
Hey, what do you know? They do appreciate it. Monday, Gordon treats his guest to fantasy kisses. Tune in as they pucker up and smooch with the lips of their dreams. Hey, no tongue. Slim Organ Body is a gutsy performer who sings and dances in order to educate kids about the human anatomy. And the following late-night highlight, he introduces youngsters to a friend of his, Dead Little Joey. I'm getting chills just thinking about this clip. Let's see if it gives Conan O'Brien a good Halloween scare as well.
Hoo-hoo-hoo! Hey, everyone, look! It's our pal, Dead Little Joey. What seems to be wrong, Dead Little Joey?
I'm sick of being dead. I want to live.
Sorry, you didn't eat right, so now you have to be dead. Like all kids that don't take good care of their bodies.
Woo-hoo!
Oh. Why don't you tell me about it? We're all ears.
I give my slingshot away. I give my home patch frog just to live.
All right, wait a minute. Again.
Wait a minute. I am sorry. What the hell is going on here?
Hi, Conan. Meet our pal, Dead Little Joey.
Yeah, Liz, would you get rid of this awful thing right now, please?
Wow! Joey disappeared! See ya, Dead Little Joey!
Shut up, you freak! Now, come on!
Oh, that is disgusting, Dead Little Joey. I tell you, folks, we would never do anything so juvenile and tasteless and... Hey! Unless it's for a big Halloween show, you know. Monday on Late Night, Conan trades amusing anecdotes with David Hasselhoff. The hunky star of Baywatch will be plugging his new spin-off show, Baywatch Nights. Wow. That skeleton's got the moves, eh? When Jay convinced his buddies, Mark and Tom, to attend a taping of the Jerry Springer Show, they figured he was interested in savoring some interesting TV. Little did they realize Jay was plotting to become one of the main attractions. In the following highlight, Mark and Tom discover an all-new side of their old pal.
You guys came with this fella here, right? He's been gone since the first segment of the show. He said he was sick. Oh, he said he was sick. Oh. What is your name? Tom. You're Tom? Mark. Tom and Mark. And Tom and Mark, you came with your friend. And who's your friend? Jay. Jay. And Jay is sick, you're telling us? Yeah. We're going to find out how sick Jay is, because here's Jay.
Jay wasn't lying to his friends. He was obviously suffering from transvestitis. Recently, our cameraman Curtis was bitten by a club kid and came down with the same affliction. It's not a pretty sight. Scary, wasn't it? What do you think, Count?
Transvestitis. I think I used to date him.
Ooh. I wouldn't advertise that. Monday on Jerry. Guests will tell their loved ones to quit working at escort agencies. With the Christmas season approaching, that brings a whole new meaning to the term ho ho ho. Cesar is hardly a hard body, but that hasn't stopped him from criticizing his wife Monica's figure. Up next, Cesar tells Sally why he wants Monica to give up her addiction to Entenmann's cakes.
I like cake. I like Entenmann's cake. I'm gonna say the truth, all right?
Look, this picture here, this is the way she used to look before. This is when I met her. Okay? When I met her, this is the way I met her. But now, look at her now. Now she's like... Look, I don't need this. I don't need this. Look, all she does is stuff herself with this cake. All she does is stuff herself with this cake, Sally. Come on, be for real.
Go, honey.
She eats one of these in a day. You see what I'm saying?
Cesar?
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, my goodness. Cesar?
You see? This is all she does. This is all she does. This is all she does.
Monica says she spent $900 on Entenmann's cake last year, and at $3 a cake, that comes out to 300 cakes a year, rate of 1 cake a day. That means only 56 days off. You know, according to my figures, they owe her vacation, overtime, and benefits. You make a phone call, Monica. Hang on, soup fans. This little Halloween spookathon's just getting started. Coming up later, it's our spine-tingling clip of the week. Plus, squabbling sisters try to outdiss each other.
Just ahead, that good-looking George Hamilton goes sniffing around for trouble, and he gets some. Boy, does he. I'm a little upset.
What's that?
You went out with my sister and her mother.
Well,
you did.
Wait, be fair.
I know what you did. Stand up, skunk boy.
Hold on a second.
Leave your little town blues behind.
They're all rich kids and snotty and stylish and very cutting edge.
It's time to move up to a sophisticated new address.
You can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
Central Park West.
I feel very self-important.
Get to know the sexy stars of TV's sleekest new drama when E goes on and off the set.
Hi, I'm going to have a cocktail now.
And inside Central Park West. Sunday at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Only on E.
Watch.
Wow, it feels so Halloween-y in here. Hi, I'm John Henson. By now, I'm sure you've all heard of the ugly confrontation that occurred earlier this week on the George and Alana show. I just want you to know that George and I are friends, and sometimes friends don't see eye to eye. But I can assure you, I, for one, am not harboring any ill will about the ruthless, unprovoked attack that you'll see in this highlight.
Now, when you go out, do women recognize you and come up and like hit on you?
Oh, sure,
and
Alana. Yes.
Do they call you skunk boy?
Yes, they go, ooh, look, it's skunk boy.
Yeah.
That's the hair on the side, right? That's
yeah, this is my birthmark. I've had this since the day that I was born, but when I got on the show, we decided to have a little fun with it and cast a little doubt on it. So I think we've attributed it to everything from alien barcoding to, you know, being struck by lightning. It's depends on what day you check in with us.
So it wasn't a nickname that kids in school called you or anything?
Yeah, it was the skunk reference was reoccurring in my life.
Probably wasn't fun.
Stand over here, Alana. Stand over here.
What? What did you
I'm a
do?
little upset.
What's that?
You went out with my sister and her mother.
Well,
you did.
Wait, be fair.
I know what you did. Stand up, skunk boy.
Hold on a second.
No.
George.
How could you have done that? How could you have gone out with her all those years? Stay out of this, you hussy.
I was just trying.
Did we make the clip of the week? Did we make it?
Hey,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Yes. We made the clip of the week.
Wow, that all happened so fast. I think we should probably go back and take a look at that again.
Stand up, skunk boy.
Hold on a second.
No.
George.
How could you have done that?
Oh, man. Wow. God, that guy is lightning fast, isn't he? I tell you, it really pays to go back. But like I said before, we've buried the hatchet. No hard feelings, George.
He was pretty heavy, that George, huh? So did he make clip of the week?
Not on your life.
Good. I don't really like him. He's too plastic, and that wife, that bend rat.
Yeah, I understand. Tuesday on George and Alana, Suzanne Summers will be on to promote the hottest fitness product since a Thigh Master. I'm talking, of course, about her revolutionary new Butt Master. All right. Denise wants her son, Chris, to stop dolling himself up like a woman. She thinks boys should be boys and girls should be girls, and that's it. End of discussion. In the following Jerry Springer highlight, Denise and her daughter, April, criticize Chris's androgynous looks.
No one's suggesting that you shouldn't be gay. If you're gay, period. But why is it necessary to just let everybody know all the time?
Because this is me. This is how I'm act anyway. Whatever anybody says, so I'm proud of myself, so that's what I'm going to be. But then no. You don't have to make us see it. If we don't like it, man, we don't like it. It's ridiculous. Look, who would take that out? There's been a lot of them. There's been a lot of them. We had to fly in a plane with him looking like this. You know, I mean, we went in to get a beer, and these guys were looking, look at his nails. They're longer than mine. And their lipstick got to go.
If Denise really wants Chris to change his look, she should enroll him in that new Macho Man makeover course. You know, it really helped out our cameraman, Curtis. Check this out. Watch. Whoa. Hey! Wow! Hey! And he's back to normal! Awesome. Tuesday on Jerry, meet 8 men who are madly in love with their girlfriends. So what if their gal pals are really guys dressed as girls? It's love! Love, I'm telling you! Where'd that come from? Still to come on the Wicked Weekend edition, we'll be opening some viewer mail, unless it came postage due. Plus, a young man looks in the mirror and it's love at first sight. But first, it's service with a smile at the First National Sperm Bank.
So now here you are, you have your magazine and you leave you alone at the top, and you know what to do with it, right?
Now, Gene, you're used to actually making families in a very different way.
What do you guys think of my Halloween costume? Come on, I've been working on this all week. How does it look?
Come with me now on a trip to an artificial insemination clinic known as the Fertility Research Foundation. In this highlight, Gabrielle meets Dawn and her husband/sperm donor, Gene.
We are creating a family, a very different sort of family, but it is one of their choice. Now, Dawn is in here. She's waiting for the procedure. We are going to, as you said, impregnate her live on TV, but right now, it's all up to Gene. We are in, Gabrielle, I have to admit, and I have to show it, we are in the, I have to say the word even, the ejaculation room. We won't get into detail. Actually, I'm going to let Dr. Academy, who is essentially this family's dream maker, describe it. Now, Dr. Academy, I don't mean to be naive, but what actually goes on in here?
Well, he produces the semen in the cup, and he knows how to ejaculate. The problem is that the instruction will tell him that he should have been abstaining for 2 days and so on and so forth. So now here you are, Gene. You have your magazine, and we leave you alone at the top, and you know what to do with it, right?
Now, Gene, you're used to actually making families in a very different way. I mean, are you a little embarrassed about that?
I feel like the masturbator here.
That's our
To
next
be honest with you, I'm quite comfortable with it, and we're ready to roll.
Gabrielle, let me show you a little bit before we go. Let's give him his privacy. Come on out of here. Right. I want to show you exactly. Terrence, he needs the cup, Terrence. I forgot his cup. Okay.
Hey, don't laugh. Sperm banks are becoming big business these days. As a matter of fact, one sperm bank has even taken to running commercials.
First National Sperm Bank. I was nervous about making my first deposit. You see, after I got married, my wife made me throw out my Playboy collection, and since I don't have much of an imagination, I was a little concerned about my performance.
When Mr. Evans called, we knew he needed something erotic. Here at First National, we don't mind going to the corner newsstand and buying smutty periodicals. Whatever makes the customer happy.
I also had questions about the privacy of the transaction. You see, I thought there might be another guy there alongside me making a deposit as well, and, well, I haven't been comfortable with that since 6th grade PE class.
No problem. Here at First National, we don't mind giving our customers private stalls. We want our customers to feel comfortable and, if possible, enjoy the experience.
When it came time to make the deposit, I really felt I was in good hands.
Here at First National, we don't mind offering our clients a helping hand, so to speak.
First National Sperm Bank. It's our pleasure to help you pleasure yourself.
Over 2 million deposits made yearly, FDIC insured.
Yeah, that's a commercial that I'm talking about. Tuesday on Gabrielle. Meet men and their insatiable women. They say they've tried everything from vitamin E injections to electronic devices, but these couples can't get their sex drives to match. It's time to take off our gloves for another Rock'em Sock'em Charles Perez highlight. I don't know how Charles is recruiting his guests these days, but there's certainly a feisty lot. In the following clip, a woman named Cleopatra defends her brother John while incurring the wrath of John's brother-in-law and his wife.
Tell us what's going on. What kind of guy is this?
He ain't nothing but a damn star! He ain't nothing but a woman beater! He ain't nothing but a... And you know what you are? You're a piece of dirt. That's right. You know how you got your money? By faking an accident. That's how you got it. Yeah, I sure did. You want to see $1 million short, Dave? There's an accident. That's fake. Right there. Big deal. Yeah, big deal.
All right.
George, what is that? What is that?
He hurt his back at work. He got $1 million. That's why they got a house. That's why they got cars. That's why they got...
Okay. All right. Hold on. Time out. Time out, guys. Time out, all of you. I want to ask the two of you because you know them much better than we do. Okay?
They don't know really squat about us.
I know
Does George, get George's attention for me, will you?
It's one thing to keep putting him down. You ain't got to keep calling my brother names. You understand?
Cleopatra, I'll let you in a second.
And you can shut up.
My goodness! Well, there's nothing else to say at this juncture except, one more time in slow motion, please. Yes. Okay, you're going to see the bum rush right here, and then the face push. That's critical. And then she's going to wipe her nose right about here just to make sure everything's all set. And then, if you'll notice, there's also a little jack-o'-lantern right over here for the holidays. Yeah. And look, a bat over by that guy's head. That's spooky. Wow. Tuesday on Charles, computer experts will demonstrate how you can look for love on the internet. Single hackers will want to log on for an hour of the latest in cyber romance. Whoa! Hey, that's kind of creepy.
Sick.
Still to come on this edition of our weekly wrap-up, it's our blood-curdling clip of the week. And straight ahead, love inspires a wild tricycle ride through Times Square.
I'm going to ride up and down the street on this bike with a picture of Fred on the back, just to let him know how much I love him. Here we go.
There you go, Fred. This is love.
Hey, everybody! I love Fred!
Welcome to Talk City.
John! Oh, John Hinson. It is now time.
No.
Don't resist.
Stay back, you Transylvanian tyrant!
You can't stop me.
Don't do it, you nasty Nosferatu!
It's time for the Talk Soup quote of the week.
For a minute there, I thought you were going to turn me into a human Slurpee. Anyway, today's quote comes from the Marilyn Kagan Show. Here's an advocate of penis piercing describing that blood-curdling experience.
It was like the most insane, like transcendental experience ever, but nah, I didn't get a Woody.
I don't feel so good.
I warned you. Moving on. One afternoon, Alex was surfing through the channels when his finger froze on the Danny Show. There on the screen was a vision of loveliness, an exciting young goddess, a dream named Katina. Not one to waste time, Alex immediately phoned Danny and arranged for this melodic first meeting. Oh.
Take my hand, come with me, baby, to Loveland. Let me show you how sweet it could be, sharing love with Alex. Tina. And I just want to let you know that I know this is like all of a sudden thing, but I'm not asking you to say yes now, but I just want to let you know where I'm coming from. Tina. I would love for you to be my wife.
Alex, my man, I can't let her answer yet. I got a job to do. You have to stay with us to find out. We'll find out what Katina... Are you crying?
No, I'm...
Wow. Oh, nice ring, too.
We never did find out if Katina accepted the proposal. Count, could you use any of your supernatural powers of the occult to tell us?
Ask me again later.
Oh, hey. Thanks a bunch anyway, Prince of Darkness. Wednesday, Danny chats with folks who admit to snooping in other people's business. They'll explain why they like looking in other people's medicine cabinets and opening strangers' mail. Just like the previous Danny highlight, this clip from the Rolanda Show features a viewer who fell in love with a guest. In this case, it's Dawn who went gaga over a panelist named Darnell. Darnell had been dumped on a previous Rose show, and Dawn thought she could provide the TLC he so desperately needed. Up next, Dawn becomes intoxicated with Darnell's manly good looks.
Oh, you still look good. Oh, you still look good.
Did you see her? She looked at him one time and went, what was all that for?
I do. I mean, the man looks good, Rolanda.
Well, tell him.
You look good on that.
Tell us about the day. You were sitting there watching the show. What were you thinking at home?
I was like, what is wrong with that woman?
To dump that Darnell.
Hello? Oh, man, I wanted to go through the TV and, like, strangle this woman. But I felt so, like, sad for him because it's like you could see the hurt in his face. And I just wanted to just hold him and tell him everything.
Ah, young love. Doesn't it just make you swoon?
It makes me want to crack open his chest plate, take out his beating heart, and wolf it down like a ripe nectarine.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Wednesday, Rolanda finds out what happens when a favor backfires. Hey, that reminds me, Count, sorry about that garlic basket I had sent to your dressing room. Not up on my European folklore. Sorry about that. Here's one way to proclaim your undying love. Jody recently rode a bike through Times Square with a picture of her husband on the back bellowing, "I love Fred! I love Fred!"
Hey, thanks.
Not you, Fred. I'm talking about Jody's husband.
Well, can we still be friends?
Sure, can I finish tossing this Gordon highlight?
Yeah, sure, Stubby. Fine. Yeah, we never talk anymore.
Fred, now's not a good time, okay? Anyway, here's Jody shouting the praises of the guy she married. Sorry.
Jody, what?
Jody, I'm here in Times Square, and I'm here to prove my love for Fred. I'm going to ride up and down the street on this bike with a picture of Fred on the back, just to let him know how much I love him. Here we go.
Here you go, Fred. This is love.
Hey, everybody! I love Fred!
Is that love?